Why isn't my camera turning off? What the fuck? My bad, I hate YouTube's new ass update. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't done one of these in a while. I got my access taken away for like 2 days. And then shit happened, so you know. It's fine. Anyways, I'm going to my room again, because, yeah, it's always messy. You gotta understand. Someone needs to understand. I don't know when I'm probably gonna join, because everybody and their mom hates me, but, like, it's fine. You guys used to it. Anyways. What the fuck is going on? No, we don't question it. We don't question it. I could be left alone tonight. That's all that matters. Yeah. That goes in there. Oh, hello. My chats work. Yay, my chats work. Bad. This goes in here. Good icon. Look at her. I have a few bins that I just have all sorted out. That goes in the different bin, so this can go there. My bluey bin's outside, so I have to go and get that. Dog, I don't know what to talk about. Connor, hi! Hello! Alright, I'm just organizing because I'm bored as shit. Bro, stop spamming unicorn! This dude. You want a unicorn? Fine, you get a fucking unicorn. Here's your unicorn, dog. I wasn't expecting anybody to actually join. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Another unicorn. I have a lot of unicorn stuff. I really like unicorns. We have this unicorn, technically, except it's a horn and shit. I was bored, I woke up from my nap. Bro. I got a, like, 30-minute nap earlier when I was at my grandma's house. I don't know, can't really sleep. Hello. Still can't believe they put me on the blacklist. I'm crying though. What does that even mean? I get you though. Everybody hates my ass, so you know, I'm technically on some sort of blacklist because what the fuck? What the bro? Ugh. There's so much I want to say, but I actually can't say because like everybody's gonna flame me again. Like my apologies. I didn't fucking. They can't go to fun stuff. They can't go to fun school stuff. Damn, I'm sorry, bro. Shoot. That goes in there. Zip it. I'm not really doing much. Oh, whoa. That's no. Okay, there we go. I thought I could zoom it out more, and that's why I'm just doing that. Yeah. I'm just glad I at least have one friend that hasn't left me yet. Like, okay, so I'm pretty sure it's just you, Rosie, and Alex are the only 3 people that don't currently hate my ass. And considering everybody already hates Alex, and a few people already hate you, it's just like, ugh. Like, my bad. I don't know what they want from me. I know most people are gonna want me to just stop talking to Alex entirely, but funny story, I can't do that, dog. It's not even just like oh, you're too scared to block him. Oh, buddy, he lives down this street, dog. I could literally get out of my house and walk to his house right now. We're too close, both figuratively and literally, for me to leave, and I don't ever plan to. I want to be friends with everyone, but they hate me because of you. My bad! I'm actually so fucking sorry about that. My bad. I don't know, I feel bad about that now. Yeah. They hate almost anybody that's associated with me right now, so if you weren't hated before, you would have been hated now. They hate Alex, because Alex was the one that cussed Coco out. They hate you, because I hated you, and I don't know. No one hates Rosie, though. Rosie is unhateable. If there's anybody that hates Rosie, no they don't, because I murdered them. I need to call Rosie. I don't really care, to be honest, it's their problem. Literally, dog. Like, if everybody wants to throw me out because of a situation that they don't even know about, because, like, the only point of view of the story is Coco's point, that she told Lola. And I feel like, in the nicest way possible, Lola was looking for that one little piece to just fully abandon me. She already broke up with me, she just needed one excuse to never talk to me again, and I think she found it. It's fine. I'm selling her Funko Pop on eBay. It's funny as shit. Love Rosie. She's so sweet. She literally is, though. Like, genuinely. Yeah. Basically, it's just like Alex and Angel are like the devil and Angel on my shoulders. It's funny as shit. Because Rosie will be like, hey, how about you just take a break and then I'll, like, post her. I knew y'all weren't meant to be, honestly. Yeah, that was bullshit, though. Because she keeps on acting like I'm calling her Eve. Like I'm doing everything in my possible way. Am I the devil or You are the devil, Alex. You know that. You know that. I love you, dude. But if Rosie's over here trying to tell me don't post anything, you're telling me to just tell everybody fuck you. I'm gonna be so honest. When the whole Rosie drama happened, I knew y'all were literally, though. Okay, so Ronnie basically just kept on making posts just, like, cussing Lola out because he was pissed as shit. And then, basically, one of the posts he made was just, like, fucking, like, wow, imagine being such a loser deleting all your posts. And then she was like, well, I took them down because Rosie respectfully asked me to and told me to consider it. But if Juno really wants to boost her ego or something, I'll put it back up. Dude! I'm not involved in this! What I need people to understand is I am not Alex, I am not Ronnie, and just because I know them doesn't mean I can control their actions. I can ask them to stop, but if they're like, no, we don't want to stop, then that's their problem. That's not my fault. And I feel like that's what people don't understand. Is because I didn't stop Alex from saying his shit. Whoop-de-fucking-do. My bad. So what people don't understand is the only point that I actually agreed with Alex on was the point where he said that Coco is the one that's, like, telling everybody's business. That is the only part I agreed on, and that's what I tried to tell them. And then they were like, oh, well, you should have defended her. Dude! What was I supposed to say? What was I supposed to do in that situation? Genuinely. If your friend told you to invite another one of your friends to the call, and you invite them, and then that friend starts cussing them out, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Please, I need someone to tell me, what were they actually going to do in that situation? Like an actual point of view from the situation. Yeah! If I don't bully her, that's mean! I can't say that! Like, I couldn't say that. I was between one friend who I care about deeply and another friend who I care about deeply. No matter what I did in that situation, someone was going to get mad at me. And I need people to understand that. Like, I apologize so much for not defending Coco. I genuinely feel bad, especially because I don't agree with 95% of the shit Alex said about her. But I couldn't have done anything. Genuinely, what did you want me to do? I need someone to make like a whole ass paragraph explaining me what I should have done word for word. Genuinely, please. Cause it's like, what? Oh my god, bro. I don't know what to do with these people anymore. Cause it's like, no one talks to me anymore. So what am I supposed to do now? I can't fix I will admit, I'd probably get pissy over that, but it wouldn't have been anything anyways because I'd do it with or without you. Yeah, and I'm not going to lose you over you getting mad at someone. That's not going to happen. And what people need to understand is I'm not our friendship for someone else. Like, I would love that person to bits, but in the nicest way possible, unless you're Rosie, I'm not throwing away my friendship with Alex for shit. And even then, Rosie, you're gonna have stiff competition. I'm just fucking saying. I know there's at least one of you in here who's watching this and clipping this and doing all that shit, but what you need to understand is I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry for not defending her. That is a genuine thing that I apologize for, and I wish I could have done something to help. But what was I supposed to do? No, Coco's, she's pissed on herself. Because, you know, I don't fucking know, God or some shit. Like, she's mad at herself. And I don't want her to be mad at herself, because it was my fault. I'd never been a best friend, and I did it with Nico or Angel, but then they started hating, and Angel left me, and Nico made up yesterday. Yeah. I'm sorry about that whole thing with Nico, bro, genuinely. Genuinely, because, like, Lola made a post, and it was like, look at the hypocrite Juno, and it was, like, tagging Lola, or tagging Nico, and it's like, look at Juno being a hypocrite and becoming friends with Goner when she was, like, over here crashing on about you being friends with him. Like, yeah. My apologies. I didn't realize. It was, in the nicest way possible, my own insecurities that got in the way of realizing you're not as bad of a person as I thought you were. It's that damn simple. Literally, half of this shit that they're trying to blame me for, I can't fix unless I use a damn time machine. I can't fix it. And I get that. And I get that I'm going to lose people over this. I already lost like 4 different people over this shit, and I get that. And I'm not asking for any of them back. Oh, so you're not allowed to make friends? Sorry, Lola. Exactly. Like, she's over here. Her and Coco were, like, mad over here, just, like... It was Lola that was mainly mad. About how I was replacing Coco with you because I compared you to Vi. Dude, that's not what I fucking meant, and you know it. You know it. Because I do that with people all the time. And I've explained this to Rosie before. Like, with Shadow Milk, Black Sapphire, and Candy Apple. That was a duo that I have with me, Alex, and Rosie. But I also shared that duo with me, Jasper, and Coco. That's not me replacing 2 friends with another. It's because I'm with a separate group, I relate to them with that group, like, I'm not trying to replace anybody. I genuinely didn't realize I was until Tony said something about it. That's why I'm trying to fix it, because I didn't realize. Oh, these people need to understand. Like, sometimes I genuinely don't realize things because I'm actually dumb. Not even dumb, just autistic. That's a good factor in this. And I'm not trying to be that person like, oh, none of this was my fault because I'm autistic. But, like, some things I genuinely can't process unless someone tells me straight to my face. And that's exactly what happened with Lola. Lola was like, please tell me you didn't do what I was just told. And I'm like, oh, what were you told? And then she wouldn't tell me. So I'm over here trying to figure out, what the fuck did you tell me? Because I didn't understand. I don't understand certain shit unless it's explained right towards me. Lola has said that about herself, so she should understand. But oh no, she's just pissed at me, and it's like, dog. I genuinely didn't realize that was the problem. I was thinking of a completely different issue. Holy shit, she told you about Rocky. That's why you're upset. That's what I was thinking. But I didn't want to say anything, because if I said anything and I was wrong, then that would have just caused more issues. So I was just trying to get a fucking answer out of her, and then she was just like, oh, you really want me to tell you? Well, I'm gonna tell you right here in front of everybody instead of trying to have an actual conversation with you and try to fix the problem. Because if she just told me in private chat, I'm about like 75% sure we could have fixed that issue in a private chat instead of her making a post calling me out, basically just calling me Eve, because I don't know. I still don't understand that, dude. Oh, look, there's 10 people here. I bet you, bro, there's 10 people here and only 2 of them are commenting. This ratio is insane. But it's like, just talk to me, bro. That was a problem with Lola. I loved her to bits. But one of her problems was that she never told me shit. She never told me anything. All of the shit that she told me in those like 7 paragraphs that she sent me when she was breaking up with me, I had absolutely no idea about. She just needs to talk to me more. And I get it. She doesn't want to talk to me ever again, and I'm not going to force her to talk to me anymore. I'm not going to force her to talk to me. But at the time when we were trying to talk to each other and actually trying to make shit work, she wouldn't tell me anything. And that is a problem to me. Like, if you are upset about something, just tell me. Just please tell me that is an issue. If me talking about Eve was an issue, you should have told me instead of doing this whole thing where Kiki was like, well, look at Juno making all these posts about Eve. And then Lola was like, oh, well, that's not going to be an issue. We're never going to break up over that because, you know, we talk to each other. And if I ever had a problem with it, I would tell her it. When were you going to tell me it? In the nicest way possible. When were you going to communicate this problem with me? I yelled at Kiki for that. I don't even care that she said that because it's true now. She won. I don't care. But what I do care about is Lola doesn't tell me shit. She doesn't tell me anything. And that is a problem. I loved her so much. And I would have done anything for her. But if she didn't want to talk to me, then that was a problem. That was a genuine problem that both of us had to fix. It wasn't just me having to try and fix everything. It was her having to try and work on herself too, instead of blaming me for everything. Like, if you're tell me. That's all I ask of someone. Yeah, you two would have probably broken up because of issues that you didn't communicate with each other about. Me and Lola, probably in the nicest way possible, would have been just fine, still dating, still being gay for each other, right here, right now, if she just talked to me. Because all of this shit that she was telling me about, she didn't tell me. And I even asked her, I was like, hey, why didn't you tell me any of this? I never got a clear answer as to why she didn't tell me any of that shit. But I really would have appreciated if she just was like, I felt scared to talk to you, or I didn't know how, or something along those lines, and we could have fixed it. But a relationship isn't a relationship if one person has to fix everything for the other, and the other person refuses to acknowledge it. And that whole paragraph she made, she blamed me for all of her insecurities. What were some of these insecurities? Firstly, her insecurity about talking too much. She's blaming me because she talks too much. I have told her time and time again, I don't care. Talk to me about anything. Talk to me about everything. I'd rather stay on call, you yapping about Silco for 3 fucking hours. I would rather do that than you be mad at me for this shit. And she's told me before that it wasn't my fault. So you blaming this for me now because you're upset, not helping. Another thing, me accidentally comparing her to Eve. She's acting like I've been calling her Eve time and time again, which is not true. You can look, I get it, I was in the wrong for some of this shit. But what she needs to understand is she was also in the wrong, and she shouldn't be blaming me for everything. Just because you're mad at me doesn't mean you get to blame me for everything. Hello. But it's like, okay. The whole Eve thing. She never told me. And I mean never told me that it was a problem until after we broke up. she contradicted herself and said that it was never a problem and that she would never leave me over that. So if she just told me, hey, you making posts about Eve are making me uncomfortable, can you please stop? Or something along the lines of that, I get it. Asking your girlfriend to stop talking about her number one insecurity and trauma that is still currently hanging on to her life sounds like a bad thing. But I'd rather her would have told me, hey, this is making me uncomfortable, can you stop? Instead of waiting till now to try and blame those insecurities onto me. And I don't care anymore. Guys, I fixed it. Thanks, Connor. My day's not going too bad. Could be worse. But, like, hold on. I know there's multiple other. Oh, another insecurity. Her being afraid to talk to Coco. I didn't start that. I never started that. Lola has told me, at least a month before the whole situation with Coco, is that she was too afraid to talk to Coco because Coco has leaked her messages to Via. Where am I in this equation here? How is that my fault? How did me not being involved in this try to ruin your relationship with Coco? Just how? Please explain to me how. Just explain to me how. How did I ruin your relationship with Coco because of something I wasn't even in control of? Just how? Okay, that's all I can think of, and that's all I feel. It's not, okay. Well, it's most of the things I can think of, but the things I also can think of, I don't want to disclose on here because I know that's actually, like, a problem for her, and I'm not going to disclose that information because I'm not Eve. I'm not her. If she wants me to be this big bad villain, I will do so at her request. But I'm not going to do it just because she wants me to. Like, okay, that just sounds contradictory. Like, if she wants me to be a villain, I will. But I'm not going to do it just because she mentioned it one time and because she was pissed at me. I know her. I know she doesn't care about anything and anyone, and that this situation probably isn't ever going to be fixed unless she does something about it. I get that. But, like, I'm still here if she ever wants to fix it. I will be more than happy to fix it. Because I get it. I lost 4 very important people to me over this situation. I lost Coco, Jasper, Lola, and Tony. And Via, technically, so that makes 5. Those 5 people are really important to me, and I don't want to lose any of them over this shit. But if they don't want to forgive me, I'm not going to force them to forgive me. Like, with Tony, for example. She's right. She basically forced me to apologize because I was too scared to do so. I believe that I didn't need to apologize for any of this, and that everybody should just leave me the fuck alone. But she told me that the best thing to do is to apologize. What do you say at it? Oh, I use CapCut. Anyway. But, like, and I understand. I'm not going to expect her forgiveness until she's ready to forgive me, if she ever is ready to forgive me. And I'm not going to force anybody to forgive me just because I'm mad about it. But on the other hand, like, you really, in the nicest way possible, do you really want to lose me over this shit? Okay, that just sounds wrong. That just sounds wrong. But, like, I'm losing 5 people over this. And I probably more, because it's the 5 people that I already talked to and already cared about. But, like, the way that they threw me away so damn fast hurts a little. And I can't even say anything about it, because if I make any vent post, they're gonna be like, oh, well, Coco's having it worse. You were hurting Coco. Why do you get to vent? Which is why I'm not making any vent posts right now. At least, I'm trying not to. No matter how hurt I am, I'm not planning to, because they're right. She is hurt. I hurt her. So why should I cry about it if I was the one that made the mess? But on the other hand, it does hurt. It hurts knowing that Lola replaced me. It hurts. I've explained that. I tried to explain. Like, I genuinely didn't realize that I hurt Coco by replacing her. That wasn't what I was trying to do. It was like, I was talking to Alex, and Alex was like, hey, Connor wants a trio for us, and I'm like, yo, this is a really good trio. And I didn't realize that me using Vi to describe Alex was a bad thing. I didn't realize that looked like I was trying to replace Coco, because that's not what I was trying to do. Like I said, I genuinely didn't realize that I was doing that until Tony told me. Like, I'm not saying that just to be all pushy. I'm saying that because I genuinely didn't know. Another thing, I never want to replace her. I've had a talk with Alex about that. When Alex started getting into Arcane and I was talking about duos for us, I mentioned that I would have used Jinx and Vi for us, but I'm already using that duo with Coco, so I'm not going to use that duo for us because it matters to Coco. Alex, I think we talked about it on call, so I can't pull up screenshots, but, like, that is a conversation that happened, and I remembered that happened. But, like, I don't know, dude. This all started because Coco was like, yo, should I tell Lola about Rocky? And I'm like, no. Because I didn't want to start shit for Alex. Alex is already probably going through a hard time with life. And I know this. Because we are close. And I don't want to start anything else that'll stress him out even more. But, like, you don't have to forgive me or be friends with me or anything. You just have to understand that I'm not leaving Alex for shit. It doesn't matter what we do. I'm not leaving him for anything. No matter what. Because, according to my mom, this is a quote from my mom, he needs us just as much as we need him. And I'm not going to leave him over this petty bullshit. Like, I feel bad. Yes, I feel bad for hurting my friends. I really do feel bad for that. Because they are my friends. Those are some of my closest friends. And I am so sorry that I lost them. And I'm sorry that my actions were the reasons I lost them. But I'm not going to abandon Alex for shit. And I need people... Okay, two things I need people to get right. I'm not leaving Alex for shit. And I can't control what either Alex or Ronnie do. I know I keep on just repeating myself at this point, but those two things I really need to get through people's heads. I don't care in what way, they just need to get through their heads. I can't control Ronnie or Alex's actions. If you message me, hey, their posts are pretty fucking offensive, can you ask them to stop? And I ask them, and they say, no, I'm not going to stop, then I can't stop them. I can't stop them. And they need to understand that. You're not my mom and they don't get that. Literally, I'm not his parent. I'm not going to, I can't stop him. If he says, no, I don't want to stop making posts about this person because I don't personally like them, I can't stop him. I can't stop him. Just like if Lola wants to make a post calling out Alex for this shit, I can't stop her. And we figure out what to do with it afterwards. But, like, I can't do it. My bad, I was explaining the Holocaust to Nova. I keep on forgetting you have a sister named Nova. I genuinely keep on forgetting that. Because I have a sister named Nova, too. So, you know, twinsies. But, like, they just, I don't know. They can be mad at me for whatever they want, and if they want to try and fix it with me, I will be happy to try and fix it. But unless they want to fix it, I can't do shit about it. And I can't do shit about a good chunk of things. I can't do shit about their opinions, I can't do shit about Alex's opinions, I can't do shit about whatever goes along for this. True, I have some decisions, like how I react, and what I say, and the only person I can control is me, and I'm trying to work on that. And I don't know, I just need people to realize that I don't know, like, I get it. You're mad at me because I couldn't defend Coco, and that is a reasonable thing to be mad about. I could have stepped up and tried to defend Coco from what Alex was saying instead of just going, oh yeah, well, Alex has a point, right after Coco probably just got her heart broken. I could have done something else. And I completely understand that I could have done something else instead of trying to blame other people for the things I didn't do. But on the other hand, some of the shit that people are saying, like how Lola was mentioning about how you need to get your head out of your ass and realize that Alex is trying to control you and hold you away from everybody and pull you away from everybody you know and love. How is that my fault exactly? Like, I get it. He's acting like a bitch right now. But that's kind of him. That's just kind of what he does. And I can't stop his actions at all. I can't stop him. I can try to help him. I can try to fix things. I can try to make sure he shuts his mouth sometimes whenever he doesn't need to say anything. But in the overall end of the day, he is his own person and I'm my own person. Same with Ronnie. Ronnie's reaction to Lola, true, I don't agree with it, and I wouldn't have made any of those posts if that was me, but I asked him, hey, can you take those down? And he said no. I can't change that. I can't go out and say, well, you better delete those posts, otherwise I'm not going to be friends with you anymore, or something along those lines. I can't make him stop. I can't make anybody stop. And if those things, whether those things go against someone else or go against me, I can't stop anybody except for myself. If I wanted to keep you away, I would have done more by now, bro. I'm more manipulative than that. Exactly! But, like, we have a mutual agreement. You can be friends with whoever you want to be. I can be friends with whoever I want to be. But we don't have to like each other's friends, and that's okay. Like, I don't really like Robin. He doesn't really like Coco. We can't stop each other and force each other to like our friends. That's just something we can't do. Because if we try to do that, then I'm a good chunk % sure then that's just going to cause more drama than if we just accept, hey, you don't like this person, I don't like this person, we get over it. And true, I try to make sure that his shit doesn't get leaked out about how he doesn't like people and how I don't like certain people. Like, you don't see me making posts saying, oh, I fucking hate Robin. Which, I'm getting used to her. She's not as bad as I thought she was. I'm working on it. But, like, with the post about Jasper, if I ask him and he says, no, I'm not gonna take those down, well, whoop-de-fucking-do! Whoop-de-do. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If I see any posts about this, well, whoopsie-doopsie. Bye, guys!